Welcome. This is the Senior Safety Advice Podcast, and we are so glad that you've made it to a calmer corner of your day. Here, we focus on real solutions, practical help, and the kind of encouragement we could all use a little more of. So let's get to it.
Hello everyone, this is Esther Kane, and today I want to talk about the emotional impact of holiday memories. It'll get a little personal, but I think you'll find it useful. Every year, as the holidays roll around, I kind of find myself caught between two emotions, joy and nostalgia. One moment I'm humming along to a carol because I can't sing, and the next I'm thinking about people who aren't here anymore or the way things used to be. It's funny how holiday memories have that power to lift us up and pull at our hearts at the same time. They remind us where we've been, who we've loved, who we've lost, and how deeply time changes things. And if you've ever felt a lump in your throat when you opened a box of old ornaments or smelled a familiar recipe, believe me, you're not alone. The emotional impact of holiday memories is real, and it can shape how we experience this season more than anything else. I remember one Christmas morning years ago. It was the first Christmas after my husband passed away, and that first year without him was really hard. The music, the lights, the traditions, they all felt different. Even the laughter had a softer edge to it. At one point, I unwrapped an ornament he had bought, a tiny wooden sleigh that he got while we were in Copenhagen. He loved to collect Christmas ornaments from every place we visited, and there were many of them. But unwrapping that one ornament immediately made me sad, and yet it was kind of as if he was still with me, in a way. I mean, woven into the memories, the love, and the stories that we shared. That's the power of memory. It keeps people close, even across time. Now, for many seniors, and for caregivers too, the holidays can stir up grief, loneliness, or longing. Maybe the family traditions aren't possible anymore because of health or distance, or maybe things just feel quieter now. Instead of 20 people around the holiday table, there's only 3. These feelings don't mean you're ungrateful or dwelling on the past. They just mean you're human. Holidays are emotional amplifiers. They bring back music, smells, faces, and with them the ache of what's changed. Sometimes those emotions come unexpectedly. Now, you might be fine all morning, and then suddenly a song plays or a certain ornament catches your eye, and the tears start. Believe me, I've been there. If that happens, I want you to know that's okay. You're not breaking down, you're just remembering. As a retired occupational therapist, I've seen how memories can be both healing and heavy, especially for older adults or people with cognitive changes. When I work with clients living with dementia, I often used what's called reminiscence therapy. It's a gentle way of using familiar music, scents, or photos to spark conversation and comfort. One woman I remember I worked with would light up every time we played Bing Crosby's I'll Be Home for Christmas. I still think of her when I hear that song. She couldn't always recall what day it was, but she'd close her eyes, smile, and say, "That was our song." In those moments, memory didn't feel like a loss. It felt like presence. It reminded her of who she was, not just what she'd forgotten. And that's something we can all learn from, how to let memories comfort us instead of overwhelm us. So if the holidays bring up complicated emotions for you, here are a few things I've found that can help. First, make space for both joy and grief. You don't have to pick one. It's okay to laugh and cry in the same afternoon. Light a candle for someone you miss, and then make a toast to the people who are still with you. Grief and gratitude can share the same table. Second, create a new ritual. If old traditions feel too painful, then try adapting them. Maybe instead of a big dinner, you host a smaller one with close friends. Or instead of putting up every decoration, you choose a few that hold meaning and tell their stories out loud. Rituals evolve, and it's okay if yours look different now. Third, share your memories. Talk about your loved ones. Tell their funny stories or cook their favorite recipes. When you speak their names, you keep them alive in the hearts of others. I've noticed that younger family members, especially grandkids, love hearing those stories. It gives them roots. It turns the holidays from something sad into something sacred. Now, if you're caring for an older loved one, especially someone with dementia, holiday memories can sometimes be confusing or emotional for them. So here are a few gentle ideas that you can try. 1. Play familiar music from their generation, something slow, soothing, and positive. 2. Avoid overstimulation. Too many lights, especially blinking lights, loud conversations, or busy gatherings can increase anxiety. And most importantly, meet them where they are. In other words, if they're needing a quiet day, then make it a quiet day. 3, if they're reminiscing about a Christmas from 1950 as if it's happening right now, that's okay. Then have a 1950s Christmas. You don't have to correct them. Just step into the memory with them for a moment. Sometimes the best gift we can give is presence, being present, not actually handing over a present. You know, one of my favorite things to do around the holidays is to sit quietly in the evening when the lights are dim, the house is still, and just let the memories come. I think about my parents. I think about the old homes I've lived in and all the laughter that's filled those spaces over the years. There's something deeply grounding about remembering. It reminds me how much life I've already lived and how much love I've already shared. Even the hard memories have meaning. They're proof that we cared deeply, that we showed up for each other, that our hearts have stretched and grown through both joy and loss. So this year, as you move through the holiday season, give yourself permission to feel everything. If you need to cry, cry. If you want to laugh, laugh loudly. If you feel like doing both, that's perfectly human. Memories are part of the gift of being alive. They connect our past to our present, and they remind us that even as time moves on, love doesn't fade. You can honor the people and the moments that shaped you without getting stuck in sadness. Just remember, you're allowed to carry both the ache and the beauty. So maybe tonight, if you hang an ornament or stir something on the stove, pause for a second, take a breath, and say quietly, thank you. Thank you to the memories that built you, to the people who loved you, and to the moment that you're standing in right now. Because this too will become someone else's memory someday. And what a beautiful legacy that is. Thank you for joining me today. If this episode brought a little calm to your day, share it with someone you care about. Maybe someone who could use a reminder to pause and reflect. You'll find more gentle reflections and resources for seniors and caregivers at seasorsafetyadvice.com. And of course, come back tomorrow for another daily moment of calm guidance and encouragement, right here on the Senior Safety Advice Podcast. Until next time, take care of yourself and the ones you love.
This podcast is part of our mission to help older adults live safely and independently. If you'd like to take the next step, visit aginginplacedirectory.com, where you'll find specialists, helpful resources, and inspiration to make every home your place to thrive.